Now you notice my sign's not behind me, so I think I still know my name. I think, oh yeah, Coach Dave and Accordion Cool, but some numbskull forgot to bring the, oh, never mind. But anyway, here we go again. Of course, a couple of other new things. If you pay real close attention to the backup accordion today, because guess what? Yeah. Hopefully it's in the shop, and I'm picking it up tomorrow, and all little glitches, they will all be unglitched, hopefully. And of course I'm back to the big piano. I decided that's a little better sound, so all kinds of new stuff today. So that first tune was, we're doing another letter from the alphabet today. We'll do letter L today, okay? Obviously, the first tune was Lullaby, L, huh? How does he do it? Lullaby of Broadway, 1935. It was written for a play called The Gold Diggers. And while we don't do a lot of Broadway tunes per se, conversely, a lot of Broadway tunes, as if you're a regular watcher/listener, or whatever, a lot of times you'll hear me say, well, this song came from a play that lasted, 10 performances or something, and thank goodness we still had the song. So that happens quite often. So while a lot of our tunes don't sound like real Broadway type tunes, a lot of them came from great plays, and a lot of them came from lousy plays. So that was the Lullaby of Broadway. Now this next tune was written 1869. That's right, not a typo out of my mouth. 1869. It was a drinking song. What a shock, huh? 1939, a fellow named Glenn Miller. Glenn Miller recorded this song with his big band, and it maybe sounds a little bit like this. It's called Little Brown Jug. Little Brown Jug. Here we go. Brown Jug, just a kind of a fun song to play. It's a very short song, obviously. You got to do it 45 times to fill a couple of minutes, but it's fun. Of course, Glenn Miller had that huge hit with his big band on that song. So, well, moving right along, since we're going backwards in time here, 1933. It's a movie. The movie is called Let's Fall in Love. And the song came from the movie. And the song is called Let's Fall in Love. By the way, little note to the guys watching, that line doesn't work. But anyway, tune is called Let's Fall in. Now I have kind of a particular history with this tune. When I was at Berkeley, way back last century, way back in the last century, I was probably the least talented and least, but everything I had was least as far as my capabilities to be at the Berkeley School of Music. And once a week you had to play with, people of your same instrument. So accordion time is coming up, and it's like, you got to be kidding me. I got to play in front of all these guys. So my roommate was a great jazz piano player, and I actually went to high school with him. We sat down and we put this song together and made it almost sound like I knew what I was doing. And, came the day had to play, and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and they never called on me. So literally bit the bullet. So here we go. Let's fall in love. in love. Let's fall in love. Oh, yeah. Well, now this next song, again, if you're a frequent watcher or listener, you know the Coach Dave rarely, if ever, plays a waltz. Now, as I've said 100 times before, I mean, waltzes are nice, but they're a little cute and pristine, and you just can't go crazy with them. So I've taken a few waltzes and put them in 4/4 time, and it's worked out fairly well. And now this is one of them. This was written in 1965. As a waltz, I would, if I had a nickel for every time, back in the day, as they say, that I've played this song as a waltz. Oh. The song is called Laras Theme. You've heard that. Now, where did that come from? Oh, yes, a movie called Dr. Zhivago from 1965. So it's the theme from Dr. Zhivago, Laras Theme, whatever you want to call it. It's Coach Dave. Oh, and I'm not the only one to do this. We were riding in the car one day quite some time ago, and I heard this song come on the radio. Say, wait a minute. Somebody else was doing it in 4/4 time. So here we go. My Love, or the theme, a Laras Theme from Dr. Zhivago, 1965. I think I saw the movie. I don't remember a thing about it, but if I recall correctly, Dr. Zhivago wasn't I don't know. But, I just play the song. Well, this next tune also has a little history with me, not the song itself, but 1965 the song was recorded. Now, I used to work for a doctor in a part of my lifetime I just as soon forget, but anyway. And a patient came in one day, and her name, very nice lady, was Maria Cole. So smart Alex said, "Oh, any relation to Nat King Cole?" Ha, 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 ha. Well, yes, yes, he was my husband. Okay, now, open mouth, insert foot, now what do I do? So, I did apologize for my stupidity, and we had a nice conversation. And so this song was recorded by Nat King Cole, and she told me that she lived in New York, and of course around Christmas time she'd go into the big department stores, and they always had the background music going and all the Christmas songs. So one of Nat King Cole's biggest hits was the Christmas song, chestnuts roasting, that type of thing. And she'd say, "Oh yes, I'd walk around and I hear that music and I say, that's my husband." So it was well worth having a conversation with this nice lady. So the song that we're going to play came from an album by Nat King Cole. The song is called Love, L-O-V-E, and the album was the same name. No, the name of the album wasn't the same name. The name of the album was L-O, well, you know what I mean. So here we go. You'll remember this one. Love, L-O-V-E, Love, Nat King Cole. Well, we're we're getting down towards the end of our time today, and this last tune was written in 1937. Came from a show called, or a play called Babes in Arms, and a lot of great tunes came out of that show. I believe, I can't think of the name of it right now, but several great tunes. Anything Goes. No, that came from Anything Goes. Anyway, why don't I just play? No, it was written by Rodgers and Hart, and they wrote a lot of great tunes. Name of this tune is "The Lady Is a Champ." Lady is a tramp. I mean, maybe she's a champ. I washed my mouth this morning. I just can't do a thing with it. So Frank Sinatra, a fellow named Frank Sinatra, had a big hit in this tune. So let's just play the song and shut up. Here we go. The Lady is a Tramp. I think I've mentioned on previous shows about, poor Frank Sinatra that really tried so hard to be hip. And, he just couldn't pull it off. Sang great, he just couldn't pull off the hip stuff. I mean, Sammy Davis Jr. just walked into the room and it was hip. And so Frank Sinatra, when he did this tune, he said, that's why the chick is a tramp. Now, is that hip? No. Anyway, Coach Dave saying thanks y'all so much for watching and listening today. You know, I'm going to say bring those young'uns in. Just don't tell them about the lady being a tramp, but they probably won't know it anyway. And hear all these great tunes. So let's, once again, thanks to Austin behind the glass. We had a little technical problem at the beginning warming up, but I think we got it squared away. Thanks to Austin. So, let's go home with that lady. Here we go.